These next 12 swings. I saw the video you posted earlier. You're getting stuck. Like, so like when you're starting to turn, your elbow's getting connected to your rib cage and you're getting stuck there. So like that's what's causing you sometimes to pop up because your elbow's getting stuck and it's not getting through. So what I mean is let me see that back. So what I mean is when you go to hit, we're working on this inside pitch right here, or the pitch away, the pitch over, it doesn't matter. When you go to hit, everything is doing what it's supposed to do. It's just that now when you get ready to start to rotate, when you get your foot down and you're starting to rotate here, your elbow is getting connected to your side, and then it's not moving, it's getting stuck. So now when you go to swing, you're here, and that's what's causing you sometimes to pop up.
Yeah, I feel like that was what was happening yesterday. I feel like, cause I was getting to the pitches good. I was nipping, I was staying here, but then it was just like something was off. Like I just couldn't get it to stay.
Right. So it's important to understand this, right? Your back knee is what triggers your swing. The first thing that should move is your back knee, right? So the back knee and this elbow, your front elbow, are the first two things that move, with the knee going first, because the knee and hip trigger everything. What I need you to understand is you got to pull. You got to really pull with this bottom hand. So you're working along this line with your front elbow, but it's like you're pulling, right? So when you get down and you start to turn, this has to pull so you can get out here. So you see how my elbow is not stuck now? Right. So what's happening is you're not pulling enough with your bottom hand. Right?
So I'm losing power there.
It's not that you're losing power.
The ball that I barreled, I felt like I barreled it, but I felt like there was so much more. And I just the swing felt good, but it's just like it felt like there was so much more that I could have put into it.
Right. But it's not that you're losing power. Your lower half is doing what it's supposed to do. Like I told you, when you're thinking about your lower half, everything is happening back here. So this part of you is doing what it's supposed to do. The problem is the elbow is getting stuck to the side of your rib cage. So that's why I tell you, or that's why I would say to you, don't think like this. Don't think start to rotate and get stuck here, right? Because see now how like my elbow is connected here? Now I'm stuck. So I have to almost sometimes fight the ball off, especially if it's inside. I got to fight that pitch off because I'm stuck. I got to get my hands out, right? So you got to think more like taking your elbow and getting it to your belly button, right? You want your elbow, you want your back elbow as you're rotating to get there. Because now you see I'm further out in front. My hands are further out in front and I'm not stuck, right? Like I'm connected to my body, but I'm not stuck. The rotation on your backside is going to get you connected naturally. You want everything to be natural, right? So the way you just got to think about it, think about you want this back elbow to get here, but you want it to pass through. When they say, hey, I want to get slotted, you want it to operate in this slot, but you want it to get through so your hands can get out here and work out in front. You don't want your hands working here where it's like I'm hitting like this. I want to hit I want to hit like that. I want everything to get out there. So when you get this down and you start to rotate, you want to be out here. The pitch in, you want to be out here. The pitch over the middle, I want to be there. The pitch away, I want to be here. See where I'm at? I'm not stuck. My hands can get out there. That's how you want to think. So these next 12 swings, think about getting your elbow to your belly button. Let it pass through, let it get into the slot, work through the slot, and get to your belly button. Like you see the difference with that swing now?
I'm almost thinking about like.
Yeah, because like I said, like you hear these terms, like you want to get it, you want to get slotted. You hear all these terms, right? Like if you think of your swing and getting connected, like you're trying to get it into like a rail, right? And you want to like slide it down this rail. So understand that like once you get this down and I start to rotate, the connection is going to happen naturally. So that's why I'm stressing to you. Everything is about being natural, letting things happen naturally, right? If you do everything right, the rotation is going to get you into the slot. It's going to get your elbow into the slot. But you don't want it to get stuck in the slot. You want it to pass through the slot, right? Because ultimately, I got to get my hands, and your body knows this. Your brain knows that you're trying to get your hands to the baseball, and in getting your hands to the baseball, that's how you deliver the barrel, right? So, like I said, understanding that this side is what's doing all the work. My front side means nothing. The only thing my front side is really doing, it's setting direction and stability, right? It's making sure that I stay in line and that I get this front foot down for stability. While I am on the back side, getting into this hip, loading my weight, staying here. So now when I start to rotate, I'm taking all of this power and I'm putting it into the baseball, right? But to avoid getting stuck, like I told you, your bottom hand is what dominates the swing, right? Your top hand is almost like for lack of a better term, it's like a blind person. Your top hand can't see where it's going. Your bottom hand dictates the direction. So if the pitch is in, I got to pull. Like when I rotate, as I'm rotating, I got to pull in, right? So my rotation is what's going to get me to the pitch inside. But I also have to make sure that I'm pulling so that I can get my elbow through the slot. So my hands can work out here. I don't want to get caught here. This is fighting the pitch off. I want to get out there. You see what I'm saying? And it goes back to those 3 contact points, right? To get to that pitch out here, on the inside pitch to get out here, I can't be stuck back here. To get to this pitch here, I can't be stuck right here. To get to this pitch out here, I can't be stuck out there. You see what I'm saying? So it's important to understand, like as you're rotating, natural connection, natural, right? My hip rotation is going to get me there, but I don't want to get stuck. My hip rotation is going to get me here, but I can't get stuck. My hip rotation is going to get me here, but I don't want to get stuck. Understand? So. 12. So now, like I said, right, this pitch is already elevated. Right? So like what I'm trying to get you to understand, you don't need to try to lift this pitch. It's already elevated. Right? You wanna hit right through it. You wanna hit right through it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, that's why I felt like I was having a hard time. Like even in the other at bats, like the single I just had, it was still a high fastball, and it's just like I couldn't just stay through it. But like now, like I'm
Right, and that's the thing too. That's the reason why your hands gotta be. You need your hands to be free.
like okay, like that. So okay, so what I said on Monday, the umpire was like, the first base umpire, he was like, yo, like your hands are like coming fast, right? But then yesterday I'm feeling like my hands are fast, but I'm like, there's more in there. Like, what is it that?
Because since you're getting stuck, and like now you're fighting, you're actually slowing your back down. Because the minute you get down and you come off your back foot like that, your heel comes off the ground like that, once you come down and you kind of create like this rock right here, the bat's gonna lag behind. So if you did everything right, you're already naturally getting stuck here to your rib cage. Add to that, now you're kind of like coming forward. Now your bat's dragging a little further behind, and now you're fighting to get to where you want to be. That's why it's so important that like you're staying, but it's important to stay behind the baseball, because it's like fishing, right? You want to send your hands out. So like if you were fishing, you take the bait, fling it out, right? So your hands, you want to get them out, right? In doing that naturally, as I'm rotating, I want to naturally get my hands out there, naturally. You see what I'm saying? So this pitch up here, that's why I was telling you, you got to think down and through, because you want your swing to level out and hit through a pitch up in the zone. And even if this ball is down, you still want your swing to level out and hit through. So that's why I always tell you, think about it like I want to hit the ball through the wall. I want to hit the baseball through the wall. If I think I'm hitting the ball through the wall, right? I can't do that if I'm trying to lift it. But if I'm coming this way, I can hit that through the wall. You see what I'm saying? This is a different swing than this. That makes sense? So like I said, your rotation is delivering the barrel. The rotation, the initiation of your swing with your back knee and back hip is what's getting the barrel to the ball, because that's what's getting your top hand here, right? But now as I'm doing this, when I get done, I got to stay back here. And you see how my hands are out there? I'm not stuck. Look where my elbow is. I'm not stuck. I'm out here. That's what you want, because that's what's going to create that's what's going to create like that plane taking off, and I'm hitting through and it's going to shoot. It might shoot straight. It might shoot and do this. It might shoot, but it's going to be a more true line drive. It's going to shoot better. If you think down and through, if you think up, you're going to get fly balls. Your swing is going to be crazy. You might disconnect and the barrel starts dancing.
I feel like right now I'm just like stuck between too much there and too much like top.
Right.
Like when we played Hampton Bay, like the game I had to that was the problem. Like I was getting too up, and then I finally stayed connected on that one. So I finally stayed connected, and I knew it. Like I stayed connected, I stayed through, and I got free, and I just let my hands work, and I just let everything just be natural, like you said.
Right, but don't think that the reason why that was happening was because you weren't getting connected. You weren't staying athletic. Posture is important too. And like I always tell you, you got to hit from your natural athletic posture, right? And that's why I always tell you, when you get here, address home plate, make sure you can reach the outside corner, back away. Well, what that's doing is setting the base of my triangle, right? I know I can cover the outside corner, but if I was to slide the bat here, here's the tip of my triangle, right? So I'm hitting off of a triangle where I can cover this outside corner. So now when I come up, I'm going to stay athletic. And I'm going to stay here. You see what I'm saying? Like I was saying, you guys get too upright. So now once you get upright, you start changing things. You start changing how your body's moving and everything. If I stay athletic, it's easier for me now to just be comfortable. And I stay athletic. I got my head is closer to the hitting zone, so I know I can get to that outside pitch. So if I'm here and I'm just boom, I can get there better. But if I start getting too upright and I'm doing this, I'm fighting my swing. Part of you leaning back is because you're stuck here in terms of like where you're connected at. You're stuck. So you have no choice but to lean back. You see what I'm saying? Because you've gotten stuck. Now you're straightening up. Because again, like I said, your body knows what you're trying to do. So you're stuck. Your body's like, yo, I got to figure out how to get the barrel to the ball. So in order to do it, your brain tells your body create space. So you coming up is your body's way of backing away from the ball to kind of create space so you can get your hands there. And that's what causes the problem. You see what I'm saying? If you stay aggressive and you stay in here and you work that way, that's better. But you got to stay athletic to do that. Like even these swings here, don't try to lift the ball, hit through it. You think more through. You still got a little bit of lean. Think through. Pull. See what I'm saying? Your bottom hand, like I said, your back knee is going to initiate the swing, but your bottom hand's got to pull through. Pull more with your bottom hand and let your bottom hand dominate the swing. That lead elbow, working like this, it's helping your hand pull. And that's going to get your hands through. See what I'm saying? Like when you add that in with the backside rotation, that's what's helping your hands get through. Good. What was that, 8? So you see like that one got a little under it, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. Like you just gotta remember, man, like that bottom hand has to pull. That's why I said, look, it's gotta pull. That's gonna come. Your hip rotation is bringing this. You understand what I'm saying? Like your hip rotation is going to take care of your top hand. You got to just make sure that this is pulling. So think about it. Like it's almost like you're pulling through your rotation, right? So your rotation is happening, and I'm pulling the whole rotation through. Like this rotation is everything, and that the pulling on the front side is just helping it. Now you see how the swing leveled out now? Because now that you're pulling, and it's starting to come through better. What was that? 12? And now you see how you straighten that out. Now see the way you're getting that ball to come off there now. Like you see, like the lift you're getting now is natural. The ball is coming off of this now naturally. You're not trying to manufacture it. Like that's a natural line drive. That ball's taking off naturally. There it is. All right, so now you see those? See the difference? Like you're still getting this, right? But you're not trying to lift it anymore. Now you're just hitting through it. Right? So you see what I'm saying? So now that your bottom hand is working properly along with your front elbow, so your lead elbow, and that's a good way to think of it too, your lead elbow is setting the path for your bottom hand to pull through. Right? So you want your bottom hand to pull that way, your lead elbow's got to set the path that way. So now my lead elbow sets the path, my bottom hand is pulling because the rotation is what's going to deliver this. You see what I'm saying? So, but like I told you yesterday, if I was to split you in half, there's nothing going on over here that's going to impact the barrel getting to the ball. What determines that is initiating with that back knee, this back hip, that's going to deliver this, the hand, the top hand. This is going to set direction and make sure that everything stays in line. Like that, now you see how the rotation is getting you there? And that bottom hand, because now it's pulling more and it's dominating, it's taking the swing over more. Now you see how everything now is on a better line. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm telling you, like, trust me, man, you do not have to try to lift this pitch. It's elevated. And like even if I lower this, take the same swing. Felt it, right? Okay. Okay. Felt it, right? But the T is also giving you feedback. When you hitting this plastic, you know the back shoulder's dropping, right? So for you, chances are, if that's happening to you, you're getting stuck. So you got to remember, pull more with the bottom hand, and the idea is to get that elbow to your belly button. You want to get it through there. Don't get stuck in the slot, get it through the slot. That's why people don't pitch lefties down and in. Same swing. See how effortless it is now? Because you were talking before about creating leverage. Now you're leveraging your swing. Because now the bottom hand is working down
That's
into
what
it.
I mean. Like I knew something was blocked. I didn't know how to explain it.
Because your bottom hand is working now and you're pulling through better. Everything's working. Now you're able to get more leverage. What is that?
That's fourth. No, six with that
Like when you stay behind the baseball the way you are now, like that's how you get everything. That's how you get the power. Everything works when you stay behind the ball like you are now. Felt it?
Like it's easier to feel now too, because it's like in my finish, and I'm finishing more with that
Right.
instead
Okay.
of
So
more.
now this is gonna make sense. When you initiate your swing with your back knee and your back hip and you rotate, when it's natural, the shoulder hand it has to rotate naturally. When the rotation is natural on the back side, your front side naturally has to rotate for this to get through, right? So if you think about having everything work through the back side, the front side has to rotate naturally in order for your top hand to get here. If you make the back side rotate because of the front side, now you're going to start going west to east. Or in your case, east to, west to east, right? So if you just remember to keep everything working through back here, initiate it from the back knee and work up, kinetic chain from the ground up, all of this has to rotate. You just have to make sure that this sets the direction and that foot is down and it's stable so that this can be efficient. If you can get this down and get it stable, that's going to allow you to deliver the barrel as efficiently as your body will allow you to. That makes sense? So like if I'm stable, however much hip rotation you can generate, because you got this foot down and it's stable, your body will allow you to generate as your maximum rotation. And it's going to get your hand there more efficiently. But it's got to work through the backside. Just maintain your posture. That's to just maintain your posture and just like I said, don't be natural. Good.